Well, the year is over as far as animated films are concerned. And while Electric Dragon 505 and Animated Heroine and Cell Spec and a bunch of other big online personalities are probably going to do this, I want to give my 2 cents on what I think animation's going to have to offer in 2016 now. Keep in mind, things could change, release dates could shift, stuff could get canceled. And in some cases, we don't have a lot of information. In some cases, we haven't even seen a trailer or anything on the film. But nonetheless, I still wanted to talk about the animated films coming out in 2016. And I'm more focused on whether or not they're actually going to be good or bad, not so much financial success. I'll get into that when I do the My Thoughts Going Into videos. And yeah, so I'm just going to run down and do my thoughts. So we're going to, and if I have my facts wrong as far as the order, as far as stuff getting wide releases, like please, or if I missed something, just please let me know in the comments below. And I'll be sure to put an annotation correcting it. Or if I missed a film, I'll just briefly talk about it. So here we go. So we're starting off January. As we know, January isn't the best month for animated films. Usually it's like where the terrible animated films get released. And while there is an exception that we have, it pretty much looks like it's going to be more of that same stuff. We have Norm of the North coming out, which if you've seen the trailers for it, it's just looks terrible. A lot of jokes, celebrity voices, poor animation that looks like something that came out of the early 2000s or earlier. That's going to be one of the worst films of the year. And then, because if you don't know, January's where you dump, all the terrible films. I mean, unless you're an awards contender, you're a terrible film. And every year, there's just an awful animated film thrown into January. This year was Strange Magic. The year before it was The Nut Job. And this year, The Nut Job presumably is coming back. And, oh my gosh, if they're making a Nut Job too. The first one was bad enough and just so lazy and thrown together, and it really felt like no one involved believed in it. I shudder at what the Nut Job 2 will be. Because sequels are usually worse, so. And I think it's very troubling that the Nut Job 2 comes out in a month, and we haven't seen anything for it. We haven't seen any posters, trailers, any sort of marketing for it at all. So it means either they have no faith in the project and are just going to release it without announcing it, or they're just planning on scrapping or delaying it. Either way, it's going to bomb and fail. But there is a film coming out in January that I think that should be good, hopefully is good. It is Kung Fu Panda 3. This is a film that fans of the franchise have been looking forward to for years. I mean, ever since the second one came out and surprised everyone by being good, almost just as, if not better than the second one. I think a lot of people were really looking forward to the third one, especially given the implications. And it's finally here. It has the same stellar animation. It's being done. It's the first film DreamWorks is doing with their Chinese studio. And the director of the second one's coming back, and it just looks like a really wonderful showcase. I mean, I'm afraid to look at the trailers because after Dragon 2, I'm afraid they're just going to show half the movie. But from what I saw, the Japanese trailer, which leaked online, it looks really good. The wonderful animation, humor, and heart of the previous films. I'm a little concerned they're doing the Meet the Parents kid story, but I mean, I trust DreamWorks is going to tell and present it well, and they aren't just going to make a dumb kids movie like Rio 2. And DreamWorks tends to handle their sequels well. Look at Kung Fu Panda 2, look at How to Train Your Dragon 2. I really hope this isn't a terrible threequel. Because I think, this film has been anticipated for years, and if they drop the ball, it'll be a bummer. And I also just hope it succeeds, because DreamWorks needs a hit. I'm a little concerned, though, that I wish that they had moved it to February, though, because I mean, I forget. As far as I remember, there's nothing outside of Deadpool. There's nothing in February I'm really looking forward to, but Deadpool's an R movie. But here's the thing. I mean, I appreciate. I think it was smart of them to move it out of March or December. Those are 2 big months you're going to get destroyed. I mean, good luck, Alvin and the Chipmunks, going up against Star Wars. But while January's fine, I think a lot of people are just going to look at it and think it's kid stuff. I went to see Spectre, and my brother just looked at Kung Fu Panda 3 poster and was like, oh, I guess that exists. And Collider Movie Talk's going to do nothing to promote it. Or outside of just a brief, maybe positive word of mouth on their show. I don't know. I feel like they should move it to February because there's been so many animated films in the past couple of years that have had so much success in February. I mean, last year we had the Lego movie, this year the SpongeBob movie, so I feel like Kung Fu Panda 3 could benefit from that, although we'll have to see. DreamWorks hasn't had the best success lately, and I want to see him keep making good movies. So the next film is Zootopia, which I've only seen the teaser. I don't want to see anymore. I'm sold on it. It looks like, I mean, I have faith in it. I mean, it's Disney. They do a good job. I feel like the concept art looked a little better than the film, but I mean, still, I love all the unique designs they're giving the animals and the box. Although some of the CGI animals give me uncomfortable flashbacks to Wild, but I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. Then there's Monster Trucks, stupid Cars ripoff. I mean, the fact that this film has been delayed like several times, like I think it was supposed to come out last year, and then I think the year before there was something about it. And I don't know, all the delays just have me concerned. Then we have the Ratchet and Clank movie, which I feel like it might be the game to break the video game curse. I mean, the animation looks like the animation from the game, and Sony's heavily involved. And a lot of what I've seen, it seems like it's going to capture the spirit of the video game. I mean, and on Sony, they're very good with humor and telling story and characters. So if they just put all that in a film, it should be fine. Although I don't think it's going to appeal to people outside of those. Unless you played the video game, it's not going to really appeal much to anyone outside of that. But I'm really excited for it. I mean, I just hope, again, that they know how to transition from writing for a video game to a film. But more importantly, I don't know, like, they're adding all these new characters, and I feel like it's just an excuse to have celebrity voices. And at one point, Kevin Michael Richardson was voicing Drek, but then they changed it to Paul Giamatti, and I really hope there's not a ton of studio notes forcing and Sony to put stuff in there that isn't Ratchet and Clank that's going to hurt the movie. Then there's Angry Birds, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to. I think it's a stupid idea. I mean, they're emphasizing celebrity voices, and it's clearly just capitalizing on a trend. Like, nothing there has made it look good. Then there's Finding Dory, a sequel that I wasn't looking forward to at first. I mean, I thought, stupid, unnecessary, but, I mean, the thing is, Pixar, with Monsters University, there was a genuine effort there, and the trailer looks promising. Like, it feels like the crew is putting some effort. I mean, I feel like they're being put at gunpoint and forced by Disney to make the sequel, but here's the thing. I don't think there's a good enough idea here to make an amazing sequel, but I feel like there's going to be a genuine effort to make something good. And hoping this is something special, I hope this is worthy of being a sequel to Finding Nemo. I mean, I have my doubts, but I mean, the trailer was cute. And also, it didn't really show that much. But I don't know. I've been kind of losing faith in Pixar. I mean, their good films the films that are like their glory days are few and far between. I mean, Good Dinosaur came out. I have no interest in seeing it. Then there's The Secret Life of Pets. Originally, it was going to come out in February, and then it moved down to July. As to why DreamWorks didn't have Kung Fu Panda 3 move in and take its release date, I have no idea. But I doubt it'll be good. I mean, I talked about this in my Spectre review, but I mean, the cuteness of pets, it's basically the Minions. Here's this cute, adorable, silent character who's going to carry a film, and it just shows how one-note illumination. They just have this one gag that they know how to do really well, and that's it. They're not good writers. They can put decent animation, but that's it. And in regards to why they moved it, I mean, I can only speculate. I mean, my theory is that they're probably confident. I feel like because summer's a hot time for movies, a lot of big stuff is coming out. So if they're moving Secret Life of Pets, it means they are very confident. They're very confident people will see it and enjoy it. And I mean, although I feel like a lot of it's just going to be them just saying from the makers of Despicable Me. And, I think it's sad that the studio's been around for 5 years. They're like Blue Sky. They're still milking the success of their first film. And they're still reminding people of that first film. Although, unlike Blue Sky, Illumination Entertainment hasn't had it. I mean, Blue Sky's had a couple films outside of Ice Age that have been enjoyable, like Epic or Rio. More recently, they had the Peanuts movie, which is going over, which mad props to Blue Sky for making something that is good, being enjoyed by people. And not only that, but is might actually have a shot at Best Animated Film. But yeah, I have no interest in The Secret Life of Pets. I do have an interest in Sausage Party. I mean, it might just be a stupid CGI comedy. But I am curious to see what Seth Rogen and Goldberg do, what style they bring, and just to see what they do with animation. I mean, it could be stupid, and it could just clearly be some comedians and writers out of their element. But again, there aren't that many adult animated films that get wide releases that are targeted mainly at an adult audience, so it'll be interesting to see. The next is Kubo and the Two Strings. I really don't know that much about the film, although it's done by Leica, so it'll probably be fine. Hopefully it'll be more up on the same level of Coraline and Paranorman, where there's a really good writing, a good story, and not so much Box Trolls. I mean, Box Trolls was charming, but I don't know, there wasn't great writing. Then there's a Storks movie coming out. I literally know nothing about it. Sony Pictures Animation has an untitled film coming out. I think I forget. I think Popeye was supposed to come out, but then Jendi Tartakovsky dropped out. And then there's DreamWorks' Trolls. I really have no interest in seeing that. And I mean, especially the inclusion of apparently Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick. Wait, Justin Timberlake is still a thing and doing DreamWorks movies? Oh my! It was 8 years ago. He was in Shrek the Third when he was somewhat relevant. And now he's not relevant. Hey, remember that time they put Justin Timberlake in a Shrek movie? But yeah, I have no idea what they're gonna do with Trolls. Then there's Moana. I'm a little mixed on this film. The designs have me worried. The fact that The Rock's being brought into voice work, even though he is more of a physical buff guy. Rock's there more to be looked at than to do voice acting. The Rock looks cool, but he's not a talented voice actor. I mean, I still have nightmares about that time he was in Plant 51. It wasn't his fault, though, but I mean, he wasn't given any voice work to do. I mean, I'm excited to see another musical from Disney, especially one by John Musker and Robert Clemens, but I'm a little worried they're rushing it to capitalize on the Princess Mania. This film was originally going to come out in 2018, so that's 2 years off the production, and I hope the reason why they're fast-tracked, I hope they aren't being rushed. I hope it's being fast-tracked because they're ahead of schedule and things are moving along a lot quicker and easier than they thought. But, I mean, that still worries me. Ironically, How to Train Your Dragon 2 gets delayed 2 years, so they have more time to work on the story now. But, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine and charming. And then there's Sing, which Illumination Entertainment, I really could care less about it. And yeah, so a couple films I'm looking forward to and a bunch of stuff I'm not. So real quick, I'm going to give you my top 5 films in no particular order, but here's the ones I'm really looking forward to. I'm definitely going to try and see. Kung Fu Panda 3, Zootopia, the Ratchet and Clank movie, Kubo and the Two Strings, and Moana, And a honorable mention to Finding Dory and Sausage Party. I mean, I'm a little skeptical on those films. I mean, okay, Ratchet and Clank might not be as good, but the Ratchet and Clank fanboy me wins out. Realistically, I probably would put either Sausage Party or Finding Dory on my most innocent list. I mean, Pixar does usually is an okay job, although I'm a little curious about Sausage Party. And the 5 films that I am completely dreading, in no particular order, are Norm of the North, Nut Job 2, Monster Trucks, and the 2 Illumination Entertainment films. So yeah, so that's what I think of the animated films coming out in 2016. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. And again, if I missed anything, if I got my facts wrong, you can please politely correct me. And I'll put an annotation saying this is what I should have said or something like that. And yeah, I look forward to reading any comments I get. And like, dislike, comment, subscribe. And this is JStars260, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.